I don't know, I felt like somebody like got like a bat and boom. So I guess I'll just kind of talk to you guys and let you know like what's been going on with me. You can kind of tell me what's been going on with you in the comments if you want to. I'm not a therapist. Did not go to school for that, so I cannot give you like license advice, obviously. But I have heard a time or two that I do give decent advice. So anyways, pretty much what has been going on with me. Your girl has been stressed. So last week I tried to film a Halloween look. And I don't think I'm gonna have to put on a lot. No, I'm not gonna put on a lot of makeup. So yeah, last week I tried to film a Halloween look, and I usually film my stuff by myself. Anyways, I thought it was in focus. I usually check in between, but for this one, it just looked really focused, and I was like, ooh, that's bomb. But I got up towards the end to check, and at some point the camera stopped focusing, at least where it needed to be. It was focused, but not on me. So I was like really discouraged. I had me like a toddler moment. I was like, I got in like one of those like moods, and I'm like, I don't want to talk to anybody. I don't want to do anything. Like I was just like really like, just I guess upset in a way that happened. Where's my phone? So yeah, like I pretty much got down about that because I really look forward to posting it. And I'm trying to stay consistent with doing this. And so I was really down about that, and it just kind of made me like think a bunch of things like, should I be doing this? Like I need to post something and I don't have anything to post, and I was just feeling all types of way, going through all types of emotions and stuff. And I had to talk to myself and answer those questions, and the answer was yes. Like, yes, I should be doing this. And I just kind of thought, I'm like, well, dang, if I'm feeling this way about this, and I felt, ways about different things in life. Now I'm like, surely, there are people out there feeling similar or worse about different things. And I just kind of wanted to say, we're going to get in those moods. We're going to have those days where whatever you're doing, it doesn't have to be YouTube. It doesn't have to be anything like online. It's just when you have a goal or when you have something you're doing and you don't feel like you're doing the best you could be at it, or if something goes wrong, it's going to make you feel a certain type of way. And I just kind of wanted to say, like, we're going to have those moments, but if you're feeling down, if you're questioning yourself, like, should you be doing it? Why are you doing it? Only you could answer why you're doing it, but more than likely you should. I feel like everything happens for a reason. Well, let me take that back, because somebody told me a long time ago that, what did she say? She said, things happen and we make reasoning out of them. And she gave me like some good examples of like telling her like, well, if everything happens for a reason, like, well, why would this happen? And it kind of made me think. So I do think that's a better way to look at things. Things happen and we make reasoning out of them. So things will happen and you will feel like various emotions about what you're doing. And it's up to you to remind yourself like why you started, why you want to do it. And it's going to be hard depending on what you're doing sometimes to always be consistent, always do things, just full force all the time. You're gonna have those moments. And I just want to say, like, that's okay. Like, I feel like a lot of times when we hear these, like, motivational speakers or whatever it may be, it's constantly being pushed down your throat. Like, you need to be moving all the time. If you take a break and you go to the bathroom even, like, you're not doing enough. It's like, it's not like that. Like, nobody ever talks about the times when you're gonna feel down, especially as a creative, whether you have like a side gig or whatever it may be. You're gonna have those times where you feel down, where you question things, and nobody talks about that and tells you that it's okay. Like, that's not abnormal. Like, that's a natural part of doing what you're doing. And I think the most important part of that is just knowing you don't want to stay in that spot. You don't want to stay in those feelings, and just working towards getting through that. But yeah, just like, you just have to find ways to stay motivated. Like, for me personally, I feel like I have a lot of amazing people around me that, they have their own things that they're doing, and it helps me be like motivated and like, oh dang, like, I'm happy for you, so that happened. And it just makes you kind of want to work harder towards your goals and stuff like that. It's important to have people that aren't like just bummy and don't make you want to go anywhere with your life. And then just when you are in those stages where you feel good, just go full force. Go full force. Make extra content if you can. Do extra with whatever you're doing. Because I'm not, everybody that's trying to do something isn't trying to do it like online or whatever it may be. Whether you're like doing something local, like business-wise, you open up your own restaurant, I don't know. There's so much out there that can be done. You just gotta find ways to like stay motivated and just accept that that's part of it. Like what did Nipsey say? He said it's a marathon. You're gonna have those days where you're going full force and your path is clear and you're just going for it. Then you're gonna have those days where you have to jump over the hurdles, and then your shoes come undone, or you get stuck on a hurdle, you and the hurdle fall over, and then you sometimes it's like full force clear, nothing's in your way. Then you have your times where something's in your way and you're like, dang. And that's just a part of it. You just gotta learn to keep going. And I have been like extremely stressed, like I said, because I have some things planned that I have not announced yet, but I'm really excited, and I've been having to like run off of 2 hours of sleep. I kid you not. Y'all, let me tell y'all, this is a story for another day, but basically I started a new life in a new location without moving to that new location. So as a result, I've been having to drive like hours to work and then hours back home. And anyone doing that, or I hope y'all don't do that. Take my advice, don't do it. Make sure you move first or something. Like, you can feel the difference in your body when your body is like constantly going. And I feel like it's so important to take breaks, because like I said earlier, especially with motivational speakers and just people in general, like, try to make you feel like if you take a break or anything like that, like you're not working hard enough. Like, oh, you actually got some sleep, you actually went to the bathroom, you actually spent some time with your family. Like, oh, okay, you're not doing enough. Like, that's how people are. Like, like, while you're asleep, I've been grinding, and all that stupid quotes and stuff you see online. And don't let that stuff phase you. Take breaks. I tell people that all the time. Like, I make time for my family. And even with this, like, if you're a creative, or just whatever it is, if you have a white collar job, whatever, just make sure you take time for yourself. Take time for your family, like I said, but it's very important that you take time for yourself, because you don't want to be stretching yourself short and then like giving all your time to all these other parts of you that you have nothing to give to yourself, and then you're running on E constantly and just looking a raggedy mess and feeling a raggedy mess. So make sure you're just taking care of yourself and taking care of your body, taking care of your internal self, taking care of your mental health as well, because I feel like a lot of times when we talk about being healthy, people kind of just brush over that. Nobody thinks like that's a part of my health. And let me say this, and I don't want anyone to think I'm being mean and rude. Yes, your friends are there to be there for you and stuff like that, and your family's there to be there for you, but at the end of the day, nobody's responsible for fixing you, healing you, helping you, and all of that except you. Like, your friends are not there to be your therapist. It's up to you to heal yourself. It truly is. And I feel like a lot of people, and let me say this, I had to learn this too, because I used to stretch myself very thin trying to accommodate everybody else's problems, and I put myself on the back burner and just be burnt out. And like, from learning and talking and going through what I'm going through now, I've been taught, like, what she told me, like, I need to get people learn how to get people out of their crisis. Like, there's a difference between you just like, you're in a mood and you're going through something versus like you being in a crisis. For me, like, someone being in a crisis is like, oh, okay, they might do something to themselves, or they're really in a bad place right now. Like, I need to be there for you. Like, I do not take a crisis as you saying, oh, my boyfriend's cheated on me 50 million times and I've told you what to do and you still, okay, well, he cheated on me. Like, no, like, I need my time to myself. I need to focus on me right now. You need to, deal with that yourself. And you can have people there for you, but I feel like, me personally, what I've started doing is, like, if I've already talked to you, my lips are dry, giving you advice, and now it's peeling. But anyways, giving you advice and you don't take it, and I'm an advocate for therapy. I know I can't help everyone, so I try to tell people, like, I can hook you up, I can get you a number, I can get you somebody to call and get you the help you need, because I'm not qualified. And I feel like if you want to help yourself, you're going to help yourself. But if you just don't want to, and I've tried everything and you still like, what I've also learned is a lot of people are used to living in chaos. So finding peace is not normal to them. So you trying to maneuver and reroute their life and help them get to that point of having peace, they're not used to that. They're like, okay, no, but I'm used to having something constantly going on. I'm used to constantly wanting to be in misery. And so I find that a lot of people are against things like that as well, and just against help in general. And they don't really want help. They just want to complain. And I'm not one for people like that. Like, I don't want you to complain. Being around me, I'm going to help you be the best version of yourself, just so you can excel. Like, I don't like people, like, especially if I know that you have more to offer, I'm going to make sure I push you to get to that point. Like, I don't want you operating like here when you can operate up here. Like, I'm going to try my best to help you, but I'm also learning, and I saw this the other day, and it really spoke to me because I feel like I have this issue sometimes too. It was something that said, I think it says, like, everything that weighs you down is not yours to carry. And I don't know, I felt like somebody like got like a bat and boom and like was just telling me, because I had to learn, like, I can't force anybody to do anything they don't want to do. And even, let me be honest, going through life and just going through my own BS, I know no one's going to change until they're truly ready to change. Like, you can do all that you want to do and try and help, but until they're at that point where they're saying, I've had enough, I want better, everything you're doing to drive yourself crazy, whether you're trying to help someone with addiction, just bettering themselves. Now the dog's trying to have an attitude. You know, whether it's addiction, just trying to help them better themselves, trying to help them get out of a situation they don't need to be in, they're not going to do it until they are ready, and that's completely fine. But the most important thing is to understand that you, while you're taking care of other people, while you're trying to be there for other people, you have to have boundaries and take care of you. There's nothing wrong with having boundaries, because without them, you're going to let people trample all over you, and you're going to be worn out. Like I said, you're going to be looking like a rag doll with all her edges ate out. Like, just, you know, you won't have any edges, boo. Like, save the edges. But, like, seriously, you have to keep those boundaries and take care of you. So that's just another spill. That's completely off of, like, I don't know. I got on here and I was like, I don't even know what I'm going to be talking about. And I don't know. That's just an extra little therapy lesson for y'all. Free. No charge. I believe in quality over quantity. Like, I'm telling y'all how I was kind of upset I didn't get that Halloween video how I wanted it. But I knew going into this, and let me tell you that whatever you do, you need to start with figuring out what's your reason for doing it, what do you have to contribute, and how are you different, and, you know, so forth. Go on with your list the way you see fit. But I knew that I wanted quality over quantity. Like, yes, I was kind of upset that I didn't get a video out for that week, but I knew I wouldn't want to, I'm not watching a blurry video, and I knew, you know, when I started, I wanted to make sure my stuff was quality, and it wasn't just about, okay, well, that's checked off the list, I put something out this week and that's it. Like, I know that sometimes things are gonna come up, and unfortunately that meant, like, I couldn't put a video out that week. But a good thing for me was that I knew internally, like, okay, well, I still stayed true to what I said, and that I wasn't going to just be putting any and everything out of there just to say, well, something's uploaded on my channel. Don't be that person that, in whatever you're doing, don't be that person that's just like, well, I put it out. And, you know, you got to take time. Like, good things take time. Like, a lot of the things that we see that produce, like, even I'm not Rihanna, I'm Buffy, but, and I'm good with being Buffy, but, you know, everybody that knows me knows that I adore Rihanna, and a lot of the things that she put out, and just, this is just an example, you can use whatever example that you can think of off the top of your head, but like her makeup line, her lingerie, her fashion line, like, none of those things came out like after a few months of, you know, doing and thinking and planning it. Like, some of those things I think took like over 3 to 4 years before she even put it out. So that's what I'm saying. You need to, it might not happen like right when you want it to, but damn, my lash is about to fall off. I didn't put so much of this on, but at least you will know that you put the work into it, and what you're putting out, you know that you put quality time into it and you're putting out quality content. So my philosophy always in the aspect of this is quality over quantity. Even if you're doing something that multiple people are doing, like, yes, what you're doing may not be technically unique in other people's eyes because they feel like other people are doing it. Like, who cares? Whatever. What needs to be unique is you. Like, you can have people that you're inspired by and like, oh, I like your blueprint, I like how you did things, I like how you came up and stuff like that. That does not mean that you look at somebody and you're like, well, I'm about to finesse and I'm about to steal everything that you did and try and be a you number two. Like, no, everybody can see phony and clone, and what makes people like you, like your content, is you being you. I've said it before, there's no better role model than somebody who is themselves. Like, and themselves. There's no better role model than somebody who's like true to who they are. I don't like people who are, whether you're ratchet or crazy or whatever the case may be, like, I may not necessarily agree with someone's like what they're doing, but I always respect someone who stays true to like what they started, you know, like who they are. And you know, people change over time. Like, there's nothing wrong with changing and evolving to be a better version of yourself. Like, I'm not gonna say people have to stay the same, because as we grow, we learn new things and we learn a new way of life, and that's completely fine. Like, you're gonna do that, but stay true to you and don't be doing things just because people want you to do it. Or, you know, like, if you don't believe in something, like, don't be that person. Like, stay true to what you've got going, and people are gonna adore that about you. And people can tell, like, when you're trying to fake and just copy everything that you've seen somebody else do. And you know, I had to ask myself that when I started my channel, like, what do I want to bring to this platform and stuff like that. And I hope to be like inspiring to women and men, because men do makeup too and men watch YouTube too, whatever the case may be. Like, my goal is to hopefully help people be comfortable with themselves. And you know, I think people think like if you do makeup, like, oh, you don't like who you are. You know, you have those girls that, and I don't need makeup. Like, okay, bye. That's fine. Like, I don't need makeup either, but I like makeup, and I'm gonna do it. And you know, I just hope to help people to feel comfortable with who they are, comfortable with expressing themselves, comfortable just being the best version of who they can be. And that's just one of my goals. And like I said, like, just whatever you do, just make sure you stay true to yourself. Don't be trying to clone people, and don't be thinking like in order to excel at something you need to be somebody else. This morning I went to the Saturday workout class, and this is how like determined I was. Like, everything that could have went wrong went wrong. I woke up late. My eye was swollen. Like, I woke up, this right eye, it still hurts when I touch it, but this right eye was swollen. Then it was raining. I had like, I don't know, like 15 minutes or 10 minutes or whatever to try and get there once I got, ready. And then, okay, so the class started, this class starts at 9. I wasn't even able to leave my house until like 8:50 something. And then like I'm on the road, and the road that I usually take, the people are like blocking it off because it's flooded. And I'm like, everything in me was just like, girl, go home and just call it a day, go work out another day. But I was like, this is something I really want to do. This is something that I told myself before I went to sleep last night, that I was going to be at the gym and I was going to work out. So with all that happening, at some point I spilled water all over myself too in the car, my water that I take to like drink while I'm working out. After I got through all that, I still made it. I was late, but I still went. And that's just one of the examples of, if you want to do something, you're going to do it. Like, everything that happened this morning told me to take my butt and just be like, whatever, I'm done with it. But I wanted to do it, so I did it. If you want to do something, you're going to do it. And just know, like, life is never perfect. You're going to have those hurdles and things that are going to make you question everything. But as long as you keep in mind, like, why did I start, and things of that nature, I think you'll be good. And just know, most importantly, know that it's not abnormal to feel invalidated at times, to feel not as inspired, especially creatively. Like, I had to tell myself, like, things aren't always going to go the way I want them to go, but it's up to me to get back in the game and keep going. And I don't know, I talked a lot, I said I don't know a lot, but I just wanted to come on here, do my makeup, and talk to you guys. And I know I haven't done any talking videos before, but this was just something that was on my heart. And I felt like I should come on here and talk. And I didn't know it was going to lead me to talk about all of these things, but this is where it led me to. And I hope that you guys can get some sort of a message from this. Just remember, like, build your own blueprint. Be you, for one. Stay consistent when you can, but know that you're going to have times where you feel a certain way, and know that that's okay. Hopefully you guys just stay motivated this week. Stay motivated, keep some motivated people around you, and get it done. And know that it's okay if something happens and something on your list doesn't go exactly as planned. Just get it done when you can get it done. Thank you guys so much for watching. I know this was long. I know I talked a lot. And yeah, I'll list the products in the description